Okay, so there is the recipe. And like I said, I'm only using 1 teaspoon of salt because I have hypertension. So if you're making this bread for mom and dad and they need to be on a sodium, low sodium diet, then that would be the thing for you to use. And you do not have to necessarily use King Arthur bread flour. You could use something else. You can also use all-purpose. The only reason why I'm using the bread flour is because I like it a bit more chewier. Now, if you look over here, you can see that the bread flour is 12.7% on the protein. And then the all-purpose is 11.7% on the protein. So there's a little bit of difference there. Then the other thing I wanted to show you was, how this folds up so nicely like that. Everything is compact in there. And the reason why I did that is because we had the RV. These are the RV days that we were making bread and stuff. And so everything's compact in there. I've got 3 sets of measuring spoons and stuff. And then the 3 of these containers with their lids. Each one's got their lids. And then I've got a whole bunch of these things, and I really like these little things because it allows me to separate each thing that I don't accidentally forget, before I mix it all up. So they work really good, and you can move them around. See, that's really nice, huh? There's nothing gonna break there. And then these things here, you can also, you can get these off a line. That's my bread flour. I've got one for all-purpose, and then I've got one for the sugar, brown sugar and all that. Now, I got these at Camping World many years ago, but they do also sell these sets, or not maybe sometimes the sets. I've not seen the sets, but I've seen them sold individually, like at Ross or Marshall's, stores like that, the discount stores, you can find them. Then the other thing, I like to keep my salt in this little apple that I got for $2. It's a wooden apple, like my mother-in-law taught me this, where you pick up the salt and you use your fingers to measure the salt out. And I've kind of gotten that habit. And so, I kind of like to do that. I don't like to do the shaker stuff like that. I just use my, fingers if I have to put that, or if it has like a recipe for the bread, then I use the little measuring spoons and stuff. But I wanted to show you all of that, the things that I use. My son, who lives down in Seattle, came up to visit, and he was making eggs. He said, well, where's the sauce? It's right there in the apple. He says, Mom, is that a urine? Like, for dead people? I'm like, what? I'm like, no. He says, oh, I thought maybe that's what it, no. I said, it's probably the right size for a cat. But I said, no, it's just for salt, for goodness sakes. I thought it was really cute, and it's wood. It's really nice, and anyway, but he thought that's what that was. Oh my gosh. The things kids think of. So now let's go check over here on the bread machine and see how it's going. Don't want to lift the lid, and you probably can't see inside. Oh, maybe you can get a little bit of look there. And it's sitting at 2:44. So 2 hours and 44 minutes, and we'll be back here to see how it looks. Now, guys, okay, our bread is done. So let's see how it looks. Looky there. How about that? So now I've let it cool off a little bit. I was busy in the kitchen because I've been cooking dinner for a family. So let me pull this out. And remember, I just lifted that straight out. I don't pull to the left. I don't pull to the right because you don't want it to get hung up in there. So I just pulled it straight out. So let's go over here. And here's what I've got down for them so far. Can you see that? Oh. So let's check this bread out and see how this bread's gonna look now. Hold on. Okay, if I can get this camera down here. There we go. All right. So it's pretty cool that I can touch it because it's been sitting out for about maybe 25, 30 minutes. All right, so now what I do, if it was not that cool, okay, you don't want to cut it when it's hot, because it just, it doesn't do well cutting this hot. You need to let it cool off a little bit. So what I do is I turn it upside down, the pan, and I give it a couple shakes, big shakes, and it should come right out. Now, check that out. There's where the paddle's set. Big deal. I'm saving so much money on bread, I don't care where the paddle's at. And then now that's still kind of hot. So, you know, you would want to be careful on that. And usually what I do when I pull that out is if I can get it out. No, can't do that. Let's try that. Okay. That's when I test it, the bottom, and see how it is. Let's see how that bread turns. Boy, that really is good. Now you see? Now let's check this bread out. Now look at that. I have no flour dust on the bottom. That's why I tell you to take that spatula and put it in there and make sure that you get everything going to the center so it really gets worked through. Now, oh, this is such a beautiful bread. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. So what I will do is I will just put this in my bread box. I have a pretty good sized bread box, and I will send it in the bread box. And when they get over there, they will slice it up, and Mom will warm it up a little bit, and she'll put maybe a little bit of butter on there for them. But they got some chicken, and then they got butter rice tonight with their roasted chicken. And for the chicken, what I did is I just used avocado oil with some garlic, lots of garlic in it, and some herbs and stuff, a little bit of salt, and then I mixed it up in a bowl really good. And I took, after I cleaned my chicken, I took and just rubbed the chicken all over really well. And then I put it in the oven and roasted it in the oven. So, there you go. Now, let me tell you something, guys. On this bread, and you make it, you're gonna feel so proud of yourself, because you know what? Suppose it's Christmas or it's Thanksgiving or it's a potluck and you need to bring something, or it's a church dinner thing, you know, because there's lots of ladies that like to take something for the church. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect to take to church, you know, and you can leave it whole like that and then take your knife with you and slice it right there. And that way everybody can see, hey, you know, and you can brag about, yes, I did make this. You know, I'm Susie Homemaker now. You know you are. You're a pro now at making bread. So there you go. All right, guys. So if you've enjoyed this video today, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And I hope you will subscribe to my channel. And now remember, the next time we have a bread one, it's going to be on the whole wheat bread. All right. Thank you. Bye now.